Howdy, True Love album review. Let's chat about it. Hey guys, what's going on? John here from What's Spinning here tonight to chat about the latest from Howdy, Austin-based indie pop duo, a cult favorite of mine. Ever since their debut album Taster, I thought the band's lo-fi attitude, as well as their nods to chamber pop and slowcore, as well as indie rock, just I don't know, just really charmed me. Not only that, but I always found it so perfect for the fall season. Their follow-up, Cranberry, I thought was just as enjoyable. It was just as breezy as well. It also showed them bringing in some alternative country as well, which I thought was really tasteful. Now, their last album, Heavy Lifter, let's address the elephant in the room, it was a much cleaner album. It was a lot less lo-fi, but at the end of the day, I thought they kind of evened that out with just how great some of the songwriting was. Now, from a distance, I don't know, I wasn't really anticipating a new Howdy record this year, but I have been so not immune at all to their new singles. I thought a lot of them were really good, especially the title track. And a lot of this album, while nothing wildly new for Howdy, is just a really nice indie rock album. This album starts off with Sometimes, and honestly, it's a really sweet intro. This is Howdy by the books, people. It's very tender, it's very sweet, it's a little lo-fi, it's stripped down for sure, but it's very to the point. It's very short. But between just how emotional it is and how longing these lyrics are, I am instantly charmed by it. For me, it gets me in the mood to listen to Howdy's music very quickly. And then we have the title track, True Love. Honestly, this track is tremendous. Ever since I first heard this track, it has done nothing but warm my heart. It is just filled with so much emotion, especially love, as the title suggests. And it's just so warm. And there is a simplicity to this track, and to a lot of the music of Howdy that is just really, really commendable. But I don't know, man, this track has the crisp weather and long walks on my mind. I love this as a single, as a track here. It's just so catchy and likable. Yes, please. Then we have Lake June, and while yes, this is still far from where the band started off, especially in their lo-fi area, it's still, a little stripped down. It's a little bedroom oriented as well. It's just so likable though. It's so sweet. It's so tender. I love the plucked guitars. I love the warm melodies here. This is really good. Once again, it's also the amount of love and passion in the air that just makes my heart warm. Then we have Around Again, which is a very breezy, light folk jam that almost makes me want to go back and listen to some old Sufjan Stevens. Much like the best moments on this album, it is light, it is sweet, it is very tender. But between these lyrics, which are a set of longing lyrics that I would have eaten up in high school, the plucked guitar, and the amount of sheer romance and love on this track and this entire album, as the title suggests, I'm eating this up. It's also much more expansive than their early material. If you weren't into their early lo-fi stuff, give this a shot. Now, the simplicity of this album is truly admirable, but it also leads to some of the album's more awkward moments. GSM is certainly that. This is too much like eating way too much of a sugary cereal. This chorus doesn't pop hard either. I don't know, something about this track just doesn't warm my bones like the rest of this album. And Hope is a reach, to say the very least. This to me kind of sounds like, I don't know, like a modern track from Alex G, but one that goes really, really wrong. I mean, I get what they're going for, and I don't necessarily hate that direction. As a matter of fact, the experimental nature and the heavy use of vocal effects, that's something that, I don't know, could work for them in the future, but I don't feel like this is it. This doesn't seem like a complete thought to me. This kind of sounds like Howdy trying to be weird for the sake of being weird, and that's it. And personally, I think One Bottle is the worst track here. Like I said, a lot of this album is pretty straightforward, pretty simplistic, but this track is just faceless. This sounds like it could have been any indie folk or indie rock band. There's no personality and even less heart. But while nothing outside the box, even in the realm of Howdy's music, I can't help but how this album makes me feel and how much it warms my bones. Joy is huge and joyous, much like its title suggests. It's incredibly sweet on the ears, especially these harmonies, my god. And you know what? You can say this is cheesy. You're not wrong. But it just makes me feel good. That's all there is to it. Blindsided is also a really nice late album treat. I love how visual this is. The lyrics on this track are so freaking poetic. And I love how graceful and majestic this is. This is one of the more vibrant tracks here. It's also just a great reminder of how much Howdy has grown over the years. I can say a lot of the same things for Hugh. Honestly, this track just makes me want to cozy up with my fiance near a bonfire. The lightly plucked guitars, the longing lyrics, it's all so romantic and sweet. And Junior Day League is the kind of track that I really needed late in the album. At first, this stiff drum machine from a distance worried the hell out of me. But the slightly more upbeat nature to this track is honestly something I really needed late in the album. It made me just, I don't know, felt like Howdy wasn't a complete one-trick pony, even if that one trick is just making me feel all the things right now. But it breaks this album up nicely, it's wonderfully written and just very warm. Now, I Never Want to Make You Sad is kind of an average finale. It's certainly not the worst thing here. There's nothing offensively bad on this track, it's just kind of what made the rest of this album so good. Tender lyrics and sweet harmonies. You're going to find about 8 other tracks here that do this a lot better, though, let me just tell you that. I don't know, man. There's something about this album right now. It's just making me feel all warm and cozy inside. No, it's not technical. It's not that far outside the box, even in Howdy's music, but it's them doing what they do best and have done very nicely for years. I'm feeling a light 8 on this album, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you like the video, be sure to give us a like, give us a subscribe, and let me know down below what you would like for me to chat about in the future. Until next time, have a great day, guys.